Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. I'm up in the cab of my International 4786 four-wheel drive tractor. This is a 1981 model. It has an International V8 engine in it, rated at 350 horsepower. And I'm pulling a 30-foot wide Case International 415 roller harrow behind the tractor. Just across the field is my John Deere 8850 on a Sunflower 1433 disc, and I'm out here working on fall tillage. I want to thank everyone for joining in. I'm working up some ground for a plow day that is coming up this Saturday. Hello. Hi, Luis. Appreciate you always watching. So while I'm out here working up the ground, I thought I would just do a live stream. It's probably going to be a little bouncy. It won't be my best camera work because the field's a little rough, but I'd like to answer your questions and just talk while I'm driving the tractor here. It's good to see everyone tuning in, and if you're watching, I'd like everyone to tell me in the comment section of this video what part of the United States or Canada or what part of the world that you're watching from. Hello everyone, I'm out here working on some tillage, getting ready for a plow day here near Hopkinsville, Kentucky this Saturday. It starts at 9 a.m. and everyone's invited to attend the plow day. I'll have both of my tractors and the International 4786 that I'm running right now, and my John Deere 8850, which you might see through the dust, parked over there. The 8850 is been disking, working up the ground, and now I'm pulling the roller harrow out here to smooth it out. So the plow day is going to be out in this field, and they just wanted to get all the stalks and stubble off the field and all the grass worked under. So now it's my job here to pack it back down so the antique tractors have a good field to plow in. So the plow day, if you would like to attend and see a lot of great antique tractors, plus this International 4786 and my John Deere 8850, is this Saturday, October 2nd. It is in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, not far from Pembroke, Kentucky, on Long Pond Road, which is Route 1027, I believe, coming up to Long Pond Road here on the end of this pass. Please feel free to ask any tractor questions or other thoughts about farming or the channel. I would enjoy just kind of chatting away here while I'm working up the ground. Again, it's always great to hear where people are from. You can leave it in the comment section below this video so I can reply later when I'm not driving the tractor, or just say hello here on the live chat. Hello to Jeremy in Alabama. Just a little, about 4 hours. I'm about 4 hours north of Alabama right now. I'm on the Tennessee state line here in Kentucky. So I'm just throttling down a little bit. I've been running about 1900 RPM, and I'm going to get ready to turn the tractor around. Again, the plow day is going to be here on Long Pond Road in Hopkinsville, Kentucky this Saturday, and that's when I'm getting the ground ready to work up. I'm in a kind of a tight point here, and I don't want to turn the implement too tight. Hello to Michigan. It's great to have everybody tuning in. Please ask any questions. I'll try to answer them as I see them flash by. I'm kind of doing the headlands right now on this last section of the field where the plow day is going to be. If I don't answer your question right away, just keep asking. The questions kind of go by fast here on the live chat. Is the 8850 a Kinsey repower? Nope, it's an original John Deere 955. It's a 955 cubic inch V8. Hello to Sheboygan, Michigan. So we've got the hello to Georgia. Really appreciate everybody tuning in here. I'm gonna just pull back a little bit on the throttle. We're gonna stay right up here about 1900 RPM. So I'm in some pretty long rows. I think this is about a 400-acre field, and it's just a lot of long back and forths. But I'm enjoying it. It's one of the rare times of the year I get to be behind the wheel of the tractor. Please ask any questions that you'd like. Oh, another St. Charles, Michigan. We got a lot of people from Michigan on tonight. I appreciate my friend Jeff, who does some filming for me in Michigan. He's been getting a lot of great New Holland farm equipment filmed, and we'll definitely show that over the winter and into next year. Hello to Northeast Ohio. Hey Scott, appreciate you watching some of our videos. Hello William, West Tennessee. I'm not too far from you tonight here in Western Kentucky. So again, I've got the Case IH, Case International 415 roller harrow back here, just smoothing out the ground. My John Deere 8850 disced up all this ground here earlier this evening, and now it's my job to smooth it out. Hello to Missouri and Alberta, Canada. So that's what the ground looked like before it got disked. It's in bedded rows, and we're just smoothing it out for a plow day that's going to take place here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky on Saturday, October 2nd in a few days, and just kind of getting it all packed down for the antique tractors. Hello Lane from Ontario. Yeah, I did drive my 8850. Got to disc with it a little bit. Hope to have them both out in the field here on Saturday, and that way people can see them in person. Hello to Hamlin, New York. I know Hamlin very well. I've been there several times, Ed. So I'm doing also a comparison of these V8 tractors. So we'll be doing some drone footage of the tractors doing tillage side by side and just give an overview. I can tell you, I really like this International 4786. It's a 1981 model, and it's oh, we've got some questions. Where's my Steiger? It's still in Illinois, up near Ram Tool, so that will not be out here. But this is where is the plow day at? Plow day will be in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It's on Long Pond Road, and it'll start at 9 a.m. on Saturday, October 2nd, this upcoming Saturday. Hello to the United Kingdom. I'm gonna just dial it back here for a minute. So this field has a lot of drainage tile in it, and this is one of those spots, so I've got to go around it. I always tease my friend Matt that works at this farm. When I'm filming, I don't like it when the combines or the discs or the planters come up to these, because it kind of ruins the shot. But I definitely don't want to tear one up here with the tractor doing tillage. Yes, for those who are just tuning in, this is my tractor. I bought it in 2018, and it's 1981 International 4786. This was the largest tractor International ever offered. It's 350 horsepower. There was a model 7788 slated to replace it in 1982, but that one was rated at 325 horse. This tractor was built by Steiger in Fargo, North Dakota, but it has a lot of International harvester components. The cab is different than a Steiger. The dashboard is your typical 86 series International, same kind of dash that you'd see in a 1586. It's a 10-gear transmission. Got the shift down here. My ranges are there on the dash. Just pull it back a little bit for another tile spot here. But I like this tractor. I mean, it's got great visibility. It does have the muffler there. I'm going to talk about it in the comparison video with the 8850. 8850's got a bar there for the sound guard cab, so they're about the same. 8850, what I do like about that is all your controls are over there, your shift, your hydraulics. The International hydraulics are all back here, so they kind of twist to see what you're doing and then look out the window, where the John Deere has everything right there. One advantage of the International by not having the shift is we've got a door right here. So that makes easy access when I need to get out and check something on that right side of the implement. We've got a John Deere 9R working just across the field there. It's also disking. That's another farm down the road. So winter wheat is seeding time is coming up here in Western Kentucky. That starts October 10th. So all this ground will be going into winter wheat after the plow day. This field was in tobacco this year, and we can kind of look back at the plowed ground. That's all the tobacco that still needs to go back to the farm and be put up. So they put it on sticks. It's all done by hand. It's a lot of work. Yes, I am at Garnett Farms. They are the host of the plow day here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and just getting this ground ready for that. Please ask any questions. I'm going to be getting back on another long row, so I would definitely take any questions you've got about tractors or farming and stuff like that. Is there a model? I got a really good question. Is there a tractor model that I have not filmed and featured yet that I really would like to? I'd say the number one on that list, and I've got a top 10 list, would be an Allis-Chalmers D21. I see them at events like Half Century of Progress. I see them at antique tractor shows, but they're always parked on the grass looking really nice. And I want to film one out in the field, turning over some dirt. So the Allis-Chalmers D21, the second on my top 10 list would be a Case 4994. That was the largest rigid frame traction king style Case 4-wheel drive ever built. Introduced 1983, full production in 84, and it was built through 1987. And they are just hard to find. They're Case International versions of the 4994, and then Case as well in the traditional white paint. So I really hope to get that filmed. Always looking for Ford tractors. I never get enough blue tractors filmed. JI Case tractors, Olivers. Those are Minneapolis Moline. Those are always great things to film. Massey Ferguson's. Probably the third tractor on my top 10 list would be a Massey Ferguson 2805, built in the late 70s, early 80s. Another V8 tractor. Oh, we'll take a look and see how the cultimulture's doing, make sure I'm not too far off the mark. Have I seen any X9 combines? Yes, I have filmed an X9 1100 with a 16-row corn head not far from this field. That will be coming up on the channel very soon. It was very impressive. They had two S780s out in the field, and the X9 was doubling the capacity of an S780 with a 12-row head. It was right at that 7,000 bushels an hour mark. And I think the S780s were about 3,500 an hour. So the X9 was fantastic. And I'm hoping to catch two X9s on 50-foot draper heads and beans. So we'll see if we'll be able to work that out. That's about a 4-hour trip though. Please ask any questions that you'd like. I'll try to answer them. It's a beautiful night out here. I don't know if you can see way over there. I'll try to zoom in. It'll probably be pretty bad, but the 8850 is sitting over there with a 9620 RX on a wishing disc. So just trying to get this ground worked up for the plow day this Saturday. If you're just tuning in, Garnett Farms and the Western Kentucky Antique Tractor Association are hosting a plow day in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Saturday, October 2nd at 9 a.m. and it's on Long Pond Road. I'll put a direct link to that address in the description area of this video when I get done. Ground's really working up nice. We had a question, does the tractor have a horn? No, it does not have a horn. I've got a nice International Harvester logo here, but there is no horn on it. We had one question about what tractors would I like to film. I'd like to tell you about some of the combines that I'd like to film too. Oh, I've got a question here. Have I ever filmed the entire lineup of the Garnets? I have not. I'll have to, I've mentioned it before, I'll have to ask permission maybe this winter when everything's parked in the shed. We can do a walkthrough and take a look at all that equipment. You know, usually if it's planting or harvest or tillage, you see everything they got out in the field when I do the video. Where's the big green? It's right over there. You can kind of look way across the field. The 8850's over there. It dished up all this ground. So let me tell you, I've got some combines I really want to film. Probably my all-time favorite combine is a Case 1060. And that was built late 60s, early 70s. First farm machine I ever rode in, and I really want to film that. I've been lucky. My friend Bill in Illinois has filmed a Case 1160 and 1660 for me, but I'd like to find a 1060. The next thing I really want to get filmed is a New Holland TR95. I think they're really cool combines, but they're hard to find. I'd like to film some more John Deere 8820s, International 1480. Those are kind of my top combines I have not filmed yet that I think would be great to feature. I found some good ones. Got an International 815 featured just recently. I just filmed a 4400 John Deere combine yesterday in corn. So I like finding those classics. An International 915 is another one I really want to film. Hello to Brad in Minnesota. Thanks for watching. If you got questions, just keep on asking them. I apologize. I see one question at a time and they flash by quickly. So if I start talking or answer one, I don't get a chance to answer the other. Yes, I have been able to feature a JI Case 1160 combine. I like Case combines a lot. They were really popular where I grew up near Rochester, New York. They were everywhere. We've kind of got a wet spot here at the end of the field. So I gotta watch my turns. I'd say I'm probably making about a mile-long pass here. It's a pretty long field. I just saw a question about the Wildcat that I filmed. If you could ask that again, it went by too fast. Yeah, I'd like to get a Heston or a Fiat 18090. That would be a cool tractor. I like Hestons. How many acres is this field? It's about 400 acres. They're not going to plow it all for the plow day. We're just doing a section of it. I don't know what my speed is. I don't have a radar in this. Running at about 1900, 2000 RPM. So, you know, moving, I'm going to guess 5 miles per hour tops. Oh, it's cool. I just saw someone talking about Waterloo. Did I make a full length? Nelson. Okay, Nelson is asking about the Wildcat 1 that was filmed last year. I featured it in the Best of 2020 video. Yes, I have a Wildcat 1 filmed. It's on the Kinsey planner. I just haven't had time to make the video yet. So we'll probably see that next spring. One of the frustrating things is I work really hard to get as much farm equipment filmed in a year. Half the challenge is getting it filmed. The next challenge is getting the video produced. And I have friends in New York, Illinois, Michigan, Iowa, Oklahoma that are also filming for me. So we get a lot of footage filmed, but I just can't make them all. I made 360 videos in 2020. So I still have probably 3 years worth of machinery film that has not even been shown on the channel. So we'll just keep on plugging away at it, and you never know what'll pop up next. Keep on asking your questions. Yeah, I really like articulated tractors. I have to say the new Fendt 1000s, which are not articulated, are a very nice tractor, and I almost hate to admit that I like that kind of tractor because I want these big four-wheel drives, but the Fendts are nice. Do I have any Steiger tractors? Yes, I own a 1974 Steiger Tiger, or Turbo Tiger 1. I had it at the Half Century of Progress show on a rice roller and a disc this year. I'll be featuring some more videos from that show and show it off. It's still up in Illinois. It's not out here. So we've got my 8850, which is right over there, and it's been disking this ground. Brad, that's great that your grandfather worked at Waterloo. There's so much history from John Deere and building tractors in Waterloo, Iowa, over 100 years. Do I like straight pipe tractors? Yeah, I think they're cool. I personally, for my tractors, I like to keep them as factory as possible. So I've got the original mufflers on mine, but yeah, straight pipes are good. Do I like quad tracks? Yes, they're awesome. Quad tracks just are nice. I wouldn't mind being out here in like a 9380 quad track right now because it's a little bouncy on the tractor. I think a 9380 would be cool on this roller hero. Loader Brazil. I saw the person from Brazil talking about Challenger tractors. I like the MT800s. They're nice. This farm has an MT875E Challenger, and they've upgraded to a Fendt 1167 MT that will show up in November or December this year. Yes, listening to a straight pipe would definitely get old. I got to film an Oliver 990 at the Half Century of Progress show. Very cool tractor, but you have no doubt where that tractor is in the field with that GM engine and a straight pipe. Yeah, I did attend the Farm Progress show this year. I've got a lot of videos coming from that too. Just trying to space them all out. Oh, load of North Carolina. Yeah, our tobacco's a little different, I think, than yours, but when I turn around up here, you'll see some tobacco. This is a tobacco field that just got dished up by my John Deere 8850, and I'm smoothing it out. Is Challenger made by Caterpillar? It used to be. Caterpillar introduced Challenger tractors in 1987, and in 2001, Caterpillar decided to exit the agriculture market. So AGCO purchased the Challenger tractor design and line and has been making it since 2001. Challenger is still made. You can still order an MT700 or MT800, but I think the majority of them now are going to be the Fendt MT series, which are even a little better with a CVT transmission. So everything's always progressing. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm just kind of going back and forth here on a kind of a mile-long pass. And I apologize for the camera quality. It's a bumpy ride tonight going over this turned over ground. Yes, we've got a question about tobacco from North Carolina where they do fluke-eared tobacco. Here we have burley tobacco, which I'm about to come up on the edge of the field that still has tobacco in it. And then we have dark fire, which is your chewing tobacco. And I also highly do not smoke, do not chew tobacco. It's not healthy, but it is a big crop here in Kentucky. All right, I'm gonna slow down here and gonna loop around because I'm getting into even longer rows over there. So I got one short row left. There is that burley tobacco all staked up out there. I saw some questions roll by and I apologize. Keep on asking them and I'll try to answer them. It's just hard to catch them. I am pulling a Case International 415 roller harrow. It's a cultimulture, but Case International Harvester called the 415 a roller harrow. It is an implement that has kind of gone by the wayside like the moldboard plow. But you might get a better view of it there. It's a 30-foot model, and it's doing a good job. I gotta slow down here because we didn't disc the headlands. What is the furthest distance that the Garnetts travel from their home farm? It's about 60 miles to the farthest field. And that really, you know, I don't really like to talk about farms business, but they rented quite a bit of ground here near the home farm, and the rent went up, and they went and bought some land farther away. It's probably a better investment to buy than rent. So yeah, about 60 miles. Yep, this is my International 4786 if you're just tuning in. Just out here mulching. I'm on my last pass in this section of the field, and I've got a 30-foot Case International 415 roller harrow back there. So I'm packing this ground in. There's going to be a plow day out here on Saturday. It's a Western Kentucky Antique Association Plow Day. It's in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Starts at 9 a.m. Everyone is welcome. It's open to the public. It's on Long Pond Road in Hopkinsville. When this video is done, I'll put in the description area the exact address of this field. This is a 1981 International 4786. This was the last year International offered an articulated four-wheel drive. This has an International V8 engine in it. It's a DT 800. And it's a V8. That's what I really like V8 tractors. So I have 3 V8 tractors now. I've got my John Deere 8850, which is parked across the field. I'm going to try to zoom in here again for people. It's kind of over there. You can see it bouncing. And I have that's a 1982 John Deere 8850. I'm in a 1981 International 4786 right now, and I have a 1974 Steiger Turbo Tiger 1. Yes, it's a DVT 800. I said DT 800, but it is DVT. V as in V8. Are V8 engines reliable? From everything I've heard, they're not. I always kind of am afraid that I've one step away from a blown engine with this tractor. I mean, it runs great. It's got 4,100 hours on it. No complaints, no problems. I've owned it for 4 years now. But V8 engines inherently have problems in agriculture, and it is a little bit of a risk in operating one. We don't really have any rye. Excuse me. We don't really have any rye around here. The main crops here in Western Kentucky are corn. Corn is followed by winter wheat. Soybeans are double cropped in after the wheat is harvested in June. Then they come back and plant corn again. So corn, winter wheat, soybeans are the main crops, and then some farms have tobacco, like the field that I'm out in. Feel free to ask any other questions. How expensive is it to operate a V8 tractor? I don't think it's any more expensive to run this tractor than any other tractor of this age. I mean, it's not going to be great on fuel, but it's it's good enough. It does a good job. I've owned it for 4 years. I've had to put about $175 in it. I broke some belts in 2019 at the plow day, and had to buy new belts. I've got a video about a Steiger. Are you asking about my Steiger? I've got some videos of my Steiger Turbo Tiger doing some tillage last fall on the channel. I have some from Rantoul coming up. I'll keep asking your questions. I'm sorry, 2 just came up and they flashed by. Hi, Jimmy. Again, just keep asking your questions. I just wait. Yes, I did a video at Clute Brothers Farm on a red table beet harvester. Clute Brothers were featured in a video in 1991 called Broom Farming for Kids. Clute in New York. It's an awesome video, and now it's all vintage equipment. It was new when it was originally filmed, but yeah, they're a cool farm on vegetables. This is not my farm. This is friends of mine's farm. They're hosting a plow day. Garnett Farms is a plow day here on Saturday. I'm just getting a chance to pre-work the ground for the antique tractors. I actually bought my Steiger in August of 2020. I just didn't say anything about it. It was a surprise for Rantoul, and my friend Bill really helped me clean that up. You can find Bill on Instagram at Flatland Farmer, and Bill does filming for me in Illinois, but he helped me a lot to get that tractor to Rantoul. You know, we had a pile of rain. It rained all last week. I'd say that we had a minimum of 3 inches. So it's a little dry out here, but this ground's been dissed for a few hours. Another person ran my 850 and dissed it up, and I'm just out here this evening smoothing it out. I'll keep on asking your questions. I'll go another few minutes. I got a couple more passes to go. I really like Steiger tractors. You know, I grew up in the late 1970s, early 80s, and they were just really impressive. You know, there weren't a lot of big four-wheel drives up until that time. I bought this tractor because a neighbor of mine, Zastrocki Farms from Bergen, New York, bought a 4786 new when I was a kid, and I was always mesmerized by hearing this V8 tractor, and when I found this one, it was a great chance to buy one. I was born in 1976, so I'm 45 years old. How many horsepower? This tractor is 350 horsepower. All right, we got the shorter rows done. Now we're going to get on a little bit longer pass. How are Caterpillar engines for tractors? I think they're pretty good. There are a lot put into white farm equipment tractors like the 2180, the 4210s, the 4150s, Oliver 2255. A lot of Steigers use V8s, Versatiles. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Jimmy. Thanks. Keep on asking your questions. I know I tune into other people's live streams. I ask questions. I'm like, he didn't answer mine. I will try to. It's just hard to see him going by. A Panther 3 ST350. That would be a cool tractor. I've got my eye on a fourth tractor. I'm not going to say anything about it until it shows up here, but we'll see what shows up. Would I get a Big Bud? I think Big Buds are really, really cool. I like Big Buds. My friends, the William brothers, actually own the trademark, and they own the Big Bud 747. I don't know that I'd ever get a Big Bud though. If I get another tractor, that's probably going to be a lot. I've already got 3, and I don't farm, so we'll see. Keep on asking your questions, and again, I apologize for the bouncy ride, but it's not. I don't have my big fancy camera here and all that good stuff. Just enjoying a evening out, turning over some dirt. Do I follow Mike Mitchell from Canada? Yeah, I subscribed to him a couple years ago. I like all the Fenn equipment. I enjoy seeing farming from all over the world, so Mike's a great way to see that wide open spaces of Canada and those big air drills. Great channel. How much diesel does this tractor consume an hour? I honestly don't know. It's probably not something that people would get really excited about, having to pay the fuel bill. But you know, if you take a boat out to a lake, or you got an RV and you go camping, to me this is like having my boat out in the lake. Instead of churning up waves, I'm turning over dirt. So I'm having fun and not worried about the fuel. As long as I don't run out, I don't want to do that. Any plans to do a video covering tobacco? It's a tricky question. YouTube kind of has a lot of tobacco policies, so I don't know if I would get in trouble for doing tobacco. I'll have to research that more. I don't want to get in trouble, but it is an interesting crop. But again, don't smoke, don't chew tobacco. It's not healthy. Yes, the Garnetts did demo an 1162 Fendt, and they've got an 1167 coming later this fall to replace their Challenger MT875E. Yeah, we just had a comment about the V8 engine of this tractor. You don't want to lug them too much. You don't want to work them too hard. Hopefully this mulcher back here isn't working it too hard, but I try to be very careful. I don't want anything to happen to this engine because, number one, engines are expensive, and I really don't know where you find another international V8 engine to replace the one in this tractor. And it probably costs more than the whole tractor is worth. But it's cool to have a V8. Oh, feel free to ask any questions. Looks like I've probably got about 4 more passes out here. So I've got a person that says they're not a John Deere fan, but the John Deere 8850 is probably a better ride than this 4786. Really not. I'm going to tell you what. This tractor is a 1981. My John Deere 8850 is a V8 powered John Deere. And I'm actually, part of this workout here is to film both tractors working side by side and kind of do that V8 showdown. International John Deere, they're both great tractors. They have their drawbacks. What do I not like about this compared to the John Deere? I don't like the shifting. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. That's the way tractors were in the late 70s, early 80s. But the John Deere, everything's right here. It's a quad range. You just shift and go right there. On the Deere, all your hydraulics are there. On the International, they're back here. I got to kind of twist to get to them. What do I like about the International? Much roomier cab than the Soundguard. This tractor has a much larger cab than the Deere. There's some elbow room, and it has a door that opens here and a door on that side, so it's easy to get out and look at your implement from either side. Also, you might say, oh, the International's got this big muffler here, and the John Deere, everything's over there out of the way. True, but the Soundguard cab's got a big bar right there for the door, and it's harder to get in and out of the door on the John Deere because it's on that corner. So, advantage to John Deere is definitely the controls and the shift. Advantage to the International is a nice roomy cab with easy access. So again, there's always the battle of green versus red and red versus green. But I think, honestly, I'm happy driving both tractors. There's no disappointment. What is my all-time favorite tractor? All-time favorite tractor is the one I'm sitting in. That's why I bought it, the International 4786. I like all brands, but I grew up watching one of these. My neighbor bought one new, and I just think they're cool. Really close second is a Case 2470 Traction King. That was the first tractor I ever rode in. That's why I like big four-wheel drives, because of this tractor and that Case. Make sure our implement hasn't lost anything back there. All right, we're gonna pull it back here and make a wide turn. Hey, Lee, thank you. I appreciate you watching Big Tractor Power. It's a lot of fun. This is my hobby. I like tractors, and you can see the implement back there. Just enjoy sharing them. I like finding the new ones, like getting to visit with people directly from the companies, talking about the advantages of these the new ones, but I love finding classics. Anything from the 60s, 70s, and 80s is a happy day to film. Have I seen a 5388? Yes, I saw that at Red Power Roundup this year. I recorded a lot of the show. I'll probably show Red Power Roundup this winter when there isn't anything else going on. You know, one of the things that I have a little trouble with the channel is everybody kind of wants to see farming as it happens. So if I popped out a corn planter video tonight, you probably aren't going to watch it like you would a combine harvesting corn here in the fall. So I'm saving a lot of the farm show stuff, you know, the walkarounds for this winter when there isn't anything going on in the field. Oh, that's great. Weidman Photography. What tractors are you going to be filming? Do I think Steigers should be green? Well, I tell you, Steigers have been red now longer than they have been green. It's we're getting up on that 30 plus year mark of Steigers going to Case International. I like green Steigers. Again, I don't have any favorite brands, but Steiger, I like it a lot in the green. But as far as a business decision, it makes sense that Case International, you know, made everything I bought red. It makes a family setting as far as, you know, buying these tractors. Hold on a second, I gotta throttle down. I'm going over a riser here. There's a drainage pipe. You can see the harrow back there, the roller harrow. So I think it makes a lot of sense for Case IH to have all red tractors from top to bottom, but it'd be pretty cool if, you know, the Case IH did that retro axle flow combine in the IH colors. It'd be cool if they, you know, rolled out a green Steiger or you know, a white Magnum or an IH white and red Magnum. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, Weidman Photography is going to be filming a Massey 4840. Great tractor, another V8. Little extra bouncy spot in the field. Yes, Case IH makes Steiger tractors. Case IH Tenneco, which was the parent of Case back in 1985, they acquired Steiger in 1986, and the last green Steiger was built in 1989. There were a pair of 9280s painted green from the factory. For the 50th anniversary of Steiger in 2008, there was a green 535, and in 2019, Steiger, might have been 2018, I apologize, they made a green 580, which I believe is in Canada. I would love to film that new green 580, or the 535. Keep on asking your questions. I'm going to be rolling here for a few more passes or until it gets dark, which both are coming quickly. Do I have any model tractors? Yes, I actually own the Toy Tractor Times, which was a magazine for many years, and you can find it now at toytractortimes.com. Got a very active message board on collecting tractors, so I got a whole model farm set up that I like to feature. It's also, you can find it on Toy Tractor Times Instagram. Big Tractor Power is just a hobby for me. It just happens to be your hobby as well, because a lot of people like to watch. Paul is mentioning that Case IH is now part of C&H Industrial. It is. In May of 1999, Fiat, the parent company in New Holland, acquired Case IH and Case Construction. You know, farm equipment is always a story of growth. International Harvester, the tractor I'm driving here, they were formed through the merger of 7 companies in 1903. And, you know, people probably don't even remember any of those brands other than McCormick, really. That was the basis for International Harvester. So it's always changing. I've got a lot of memory and nostalgia for the classic brands, but the big thing is, as long as the equipment makers are still in business and going, it's an evolution. Can you go over the specs of the tractor? Yeah, this is a 350 horsepower International, built in 81. Last year of production, they introduced the 4786 in 1979. It's got a DTV 800 V8 International engine in it. It weighs in at about, I think, 24,000 pounds. I've got a question about a walk around. If I get done before it gets dark and we're still in the live chat, my phone doesn't die, I'll do a walk around. But if you just do a search on YouTube, International 4786, I've got videos of this tractor disking and running a 50-foot harrow, so you can see the outside. I just want to get this ground packed in this evening because it's going to be a busy week, and the plow day is Saturday, so the longer this ground kind of mellows out, the better for the plows. Paul, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. So again, what I'm doing out here with this harrow, it's a roller harrow, a cultimulcher. I'm packing in this field. There's going to be a plow day here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky on October 2nd, this Saturday, 9 a.m. on Long Pond Road. The Western Kentucky Antique Tractor Association is hosting the plow day, and if you're coming out here with a tractor and plow, your field's going to be nice and mellow and easy to run your 1950s, 60s, and older tractors. The age limit on tractors for this plow day is 1975. So as much as I'd love to hook a 10-bottom plow up to this tractor and be in the plow day, I don't think my friends on the two-cylinder John Deeres and the tractors would like me grabbing up all the ground. But maybe someday we'll get a plow on this. But if you show up at a plow day with a cultimulcher, nobody complains. So I'll be out there running behind the tractor, smoothing it out. Thanks for riding along here in the International 4786. Ask any questions. I've got a couple more rounds to go here. So I grew up near Rochester, New York, and someone was asking if I get back to Rochester much. Usually about once a year. Always enjoy getting home, and I really appreciate my friend Tractor Chasers on Instagram, and also Kevin Keenan on Instagram, who filmed for me back home in New York, so we get some of that cool equipment on the channel. There is no PTO on the 4786. This tractor could come with a 3-point. This one doesn't have it. My 8850 that is sitting right over there, that's got PTO, and it's got PTO and a 3-point. I actually backed it up to a John Deere grain cart the other day for a photo op, because I would love to get a John Deere 650 grain cart just to have and run on that tractor, film something different. No grain carting for this one though. Oh, glad you got those Versatile and the J&M cart. That's a cool combo. My name is Jason. I own Big Tractor Power and started it. I think you were thinking of Mike Less, who's got a great channel too. He is Mr. Versatile. Highly recommend checking him out. This ground's really working up nice. We had a lot of rain in the past week. I'd say at least 3 inches. So it's a good time to get it smoothed out here, and winter wheat will go on this field after the plow day. I'd like to hear if you got any, if you have an antique tractor or vintage tractor, let me know about it in the comment section below the video or here in the live stream. Hello to John in Western New York. I always like getting up to Western New York. There are actually more articulated four-wheel drive tractors, and just if you count the case crab steers, there are more four-wheel drive tractors in Western New York on the I-90 area from Buffalo to Rochester to Syracuse than anywhere else in the world. And the reason I know that is because my friend Peter Simpson went around the world filming tractors. He went to Australia, Africa, Eastern Europe, Canada, and all over the United States, making a book on tractors. And when he got up to Western New York, there were just absolutely more four-wheel drives there than he'd ever seen. So why are there so many four-wheel drives in Western New York? Everybody thinks of New York City. There's about 1.5 sunny days in Rochester, New York, where I grew up. It's right along Lake Ontario. It starts snowing around Halloween. May 1st is when it finally gets nice. So the ground requires a lot of tillage for vegetable crops like sweet corn and peas and green beans up there. So even a farm that's 1,500 acres, 2,000 acres might have four-wheel drives or more. Here in Western Kentucky, where I'm working tonight, this is where no-till farming was founded. I'm probably about 15 miles from the first field that was ever had a no-till crop in it. That was in 1962. Oh, I saw a comment about 1480s and 915s. I want to film them. Yeah. Oh, someone commented about the International 300 and the John Deere 730, great tractors. I like that time period where International, they had the cream grills on them on the farmholes, and the John Deeres had those big flag decals on the side, which is like on the John Deere 730, which is really coming back now on the new 8Rs and 9Rs and the combines. Coming up here to another riser. There's a lot of drainage in this field, and just need to slow down so I don't catch anything. It's got these little dips. I never like filming when these are buried in the corn. I'm like, oh, the combine's got to back up, or the draper head's got to go around, and it ruins the shot when you've been waiting on a mile-long run. Oh, Bobby, that's pretty cool. Bobby just commented he's picking peanuts in Alabama. I have filmed the peanut harvest. I've shown it in a video on unique harvesters. Sometime I've only filmed a peanut combine. I need to get the digging part of it yet to tell the whole story. I think they were grade 6 peanuts headed for Peter Pan for the ones that I filmed. Do I ever talk to Zach, the Millennial Farmer? Yes, Zach's a great guy. I did an interview with him a few years ago at the National Farm Machinery Show. I'd love to get up to the Millennial Farmer's farm. He's got that 9560 RT, the school tractor. I've filmed a 510 and a 520, but I've never filmed a 560 RT. So last year through my Toy Tractor Times, I made a 1/64th version of Zach's family's G750 Minneapolis Moline with a Westerndorf loader. So yeah, Zach's a great guy, and enjoyed getting to talk to him a few times. I also got to see the Welkers, Scott and Bob, at the Farm Progress Show, and it's always good to visit with them. I like their big buds. I would like to get up and film their KT 525 big bud. I've never filmed a Series 2 big bud, and it'd be fun to feature that tractor. Yes, Renner Stock Farm. I know the Renners well. They always bring standout tractors to Half Century, and I attended their plow day last December. So if you look on the channel under John Deere 12-bottom plow 3710, you will find some footage from Renner Stock Farm that I filmed at their farm. There's definitely a lot of great ag YouTube channels. One of my favorites to watch is Mike P. 7810, a small dairy farm in New York. I like watching farming, fixing, and fabricating up in New York. Just always enjoy seeing that, how farms work. Like just seeing how farmers are out there in the field and working on this equipment. Also like Oliver 66 Boy. Ethan's got a great channel with classic Olivers. I grew up around a lot of Olivers, and I like his channel. I'm probably forgetting some that I like. If I think of them, I'll mention them. Do I watch Mike less? Oh, absolutely. Mike's got a great channel. He's a little jealous of Mike because he works for Versatile, and that is the one brand we just don't have a lot of in Kentucky. So yeah, Mike's got a great channel. Well, another riser. A lot of people put up pivots, but in Western Kentucky, a lot of times we're trying to get water off the field. Well, feel free to ask any questions. Getting down to my last passes, but they're mile-long runs, so it takes a little while. Do I think the latest tractors are becoming too technology dependent? If you are in modern agriculture and you have thousands of acres to farm, it makes it so much easier. When I first got this tractor, I ran a 50-foot harrow behind it, and it's all chains, and the farmer just wanted me to familiarize myself with the harrow. And so they pull them with John Deere 7R 210s, and you just don't want to kind of get those locked up on the chain. So I practiced with that, and I had driven this tractor with a disc, and when I hopped in that 7R and just hit that auto guidance button, and it's all IVT, I got to tell you what, it makes the job a lot easier out here compared to this tractor and I love the classics, and I love finding farms that still use them and make a living from them because they're a lot less expensive. But that technology does make a world of difference if you're covering a lot of acres. Do I think that those tractors will be around 40 years from now? I'm guessing the software is going to wear out, and that'll be the end of them. Where this tractor is 40 years old this year and still going strong. Well, feel free to ask any other questions. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm working up ground for a plow day. It's Saturday, October 2nd, this Saturday, 9 a.m. in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, on Long Pond Road. I'll put the address of this field in the description area of this video later. If you want to come out, it'd be great to meet you, and you have a lot of cool tractors out here Saturday. Hoping I've got about 3 more passes here. It's a pretty good sized field. There's 400 acres here altogether, I believe, and they're just plowing up one section of it. Feel free to ask any questions, or again, I'd like to hear what part of the world you're watching from, or if you have an older antique or vintage tractor, tell me about it here in the live stream or in the comment section below. We're almost at the hour mark, so we'll see if anyone re-watches this. If you get all the way to this point, let me know. It's a lot of fun running this international. It's kind of a lifelong dream. I never thought I'd have a tractor this big, but honestly, you can buy these 40-year-old articulated tractors cheaper than you're going to buy a 4020 or an international 806 or anything like that. They're definitely not as handy on the farm as a row crop, but it's fun to do this tillage with it. We've got someone from Middle Tennessee near the Kentucky line tuning in for Northwest Wisconsin. My friend John does a lot of filming for me in Wisconsin. He's getting a lot of corn chopping and veggie harvesting film for Big Tractor Power now. Hello from Delaware. A lot of good potatoes and sweet corn in Delaware. I've had a chance to go along the eastern shore up there and visit some of the canning crop farms. Hello from southeast Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a great state for farm equipment. I appreciate my friend John, who's Roving Farms Photography on Instagram, for filming a lot of equipment up there. So I try to film as much as I can, but my friends in New York Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Oklahoma. They help fill in a lot of gaps, and that way there's a lot more possibilities to feature. All right, we got another turnaround down here by the wet spot. I've got to do big loops because I don't have the tines down, so I'm leaving the rollers down, but I don't want to bend them up, so I got to do a big loop. I know I should be raising it on the wheels, but it doesn't have wheels on the wings, so it just makes it harder to raise, and it's just easier to do a big loop and not have to worry about it. Sorry about that jostle there. All right, if I've got everything spaced out right, we're gonna go up here and turn around, and that'll be the last pass. I can almost, right now it's just a little sliver, but I think it's gonna widen out up here. Oh, keep on asking your questions. I'm not sure my phone is on battery, but if it lasts to the end, I will get out and let you take a look at the whole tractor. Again, if you want to see this tractor, just go on YouTube, search International 4786. My first video was called I Bought a Tractor, and I was disking corn stalks with it. Do I have Instagram? Yes. Big Tractor Power. It's just Big Tractor Power on Instagram, Big Tractor Power on Facebook. I don't do a lot with Facebook anymore. It just doesn't seem to get the attraction and attention it used to. So I'm primarily on Instagram and YouTube. So if you stick with me to the end, if we can beat the sun here, I'm going to go over there and park this right by my 8850, and you'll be able to get a little bonus of seeing the green tractor too. So we got a lot of good drone footage on Sunday afternoon of both of these tractors running side by side. So I'm going to do a V8 powered showdown video here in the future on the channel of the John Deere 8850 versus the International 4786. Please ask any questions. Let me know where you're from, or if you've got a favorite tractor you'd like to share. How many acres is this field? It's about 400 acres. We're just working up a section in here. There's a whole bunch, all that green out there that you see, that's all more of this field kind of up to that tree line way out there. So it's a good sized field. Do I watch Garrett Hilbert? I do not. I will have to look that up. If you would make a comment about his channel in the comment section below, so when I get home tonight and I'm looking at that, I'll look him up and check him out. I'm sorry, someone just said, what do I enjoy watching? And I didn't get to see the rest of it. Ask that question again. Hello to Corey in Alabama. Sorry, my eyes are not seeing the questions so well either as it's getting dark. There is not a cap light in this to get more light in here. The John Deere does have an overhead dome light. Check. Cultivator is still back there, doing well. These things have a lot of maintenance. You got to be careful with all your rollers and your tines. Hello to Southeast Georgia. Why do I like V8 diesels? They're different. There weren't a lot of them built. There aren't a lot of them left, especially in the four-wheel drives. Most 4786s, the V8 engine gave out and it got repowered with a Cummins 855. So to actually have an International 4786 with the V8 still purring along, I think it's pretty cool. It's just something different. I know a lot of people collect different things, and I like collecting V8 four-wheel drives. I've got 3 of them now. Just trying to preserve that tractor history. But this is the most work I've ever done with this tractor. If it does 10 to 15 acres a year, it's a lot. So hopefully I'll never be asking the question, where do you find a V8 engine? I bought this tractor because a farm near my parents as a kid bought one of these new in '79, the first year of production, and I just was always amazed by it. Oh, I just saw a post about an International 1066. Great tractors. I think the 1066 is probably one of the best International ever built. One more time around the riser. Do I ever get to watch how farms work? Yes, I like Ryan's channel a lot. Ryan's a good guy. Went out to his farm day a few years ago. I think that was 2018. I really want to film Ryan's 9510 combine. I've been trying to link up with him in the fall, and it just hasn't worked out. I get out that way once a year, and hopefully we'll get to show Ryan's combine sometime. But definitely check out How Farms Work. Great channel. I just saw a question about the S1700 International truck. If the question was about the V8 engine, this is a DVT 800. International used it in a lot of different things, payloaders, bulldozers. I've got a friend that has an International TD25, I think, that has the same engine, and I'm almost positive the trucks used it. So they're out there, but this engine's 40 years old this year. Yeah, the 10th Generation Dairyman, another great channel. His channel really took off and very quickly, and he's got a lot of great dairy farming in Pennsylvania. Making a nice turn here with, I did the last pass of the day. So hopefully this is not a pass of shame that's all wiggly and narrow, but the field is almost done. One more look at the crop that was out here. We still have a lot to pick up. Tell you what, GPS, when this tractor was built in 1981, GPS stood for Got Power Steering, and there was no auto guidance, so it looks like I did pretty well. Just got about a half pass left here in the middle. So if you stick with me another few minutes and my phone doesn't die, I'll show you I'm going to park this up next to the 8850 John Deere that's also out in the field. That is my other V8 powered tractor. It did all the disking out here. I did not get to disc with it, but hopefully at the plow day I'll be behind the wheel of the John Deere. Hello to Southeast England. Alright, we're going to go around this dip. My friend Matt that works at the farm, I'm always teasing him about all these risers. They are very necessary, but they kind of mess up those nice straight rows. Here, I'll take some more questions once I get past this last riser. Oh, hello, we got someone saying good day, so I'm guessing you're from Australia. Let's just slow down here. See, you got a bunch of stones and stuff out there. I don't want to run that over. All right, now we got clear sailing here on our last pass. Oh, Pete, my first job was on a farm. It was stacking hay bales off a kick bale wagon up in the mow. It's great to work on a farm. I just saw something about the live stream, but I didn't quite see it. If you want to ask again. Yeah, hello to Scotland. I enjoy watching farming in the United Kingdom. It's neat to see the different equipment that's used. If you have a favorite YouTube channel that's ag-related, put that in the comment section below the video when I get home, and I'll take a look at those channels. I probably already subscribed to a bunch of them, but it's always, there's so many new ag YouTubers out there. It's great to learn about their channels. One of the challenges of making YouTube videos is so my spare time is spent filming these tractors and making the videos, so I don't get to watch everybody's channel as much as I would like to. How many acres a day can this tractor get? You know, I don't know. It's hard to see now because it's dusty and dark, but we've kind of worked our way from that tree line over that way. So gotten that done since like 5 o'clock. So I'd have to spend more time in the tractor to tell you what it can do in a day. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get as much done as I'd like. Kind of after doing all this Culton mulching today, it'd be nice to put a Dagelman Pro-Till back here and get it done in one pass. Oh, we're almost done. That's a Case International 415 roller harrow. It's 30 feet wide for anyone joining late. Now these passes are about a mile long, and that's only halfway across the field. The rest of the field, I'm going north to south right now. The rest of the field, when I get up to where I'm turning around, goes east to west. What is the fuel economy of this tractor? I'm going to tell you what, probably bad. I mean, it's not a modern tractor. Probably burning quite a bit of diesel doing this, but I'm having fun. To me, this is like taking a boat out to the lake. Just turning over dirt and having a good time. You know, a John Deere 9R, it's about, you know, doing a tillage job on a, say, a 26-foot heavy-duty disc, seems to do about 18, 20 gallons an hour. So I'm guessing this tractor is burning every bit of that. If I recall, it's got about a 250, 300 gallon fuel tank. So after this job, it'll probably be getting filled up all the way. All right, this is almost the last pass, and hopefully we'll get over to the John Deere 8850 before it gets completely dark. A lot of birds out here tonight, probably enjoying all the bugs and worms that have gotten worked up today. One more look at that roller harrow. Case International and International Harvester called it a roller harrow, but I think it's best known as a Culton mulcher. All right, that's it. That is, everything is packed down for the plow day. So if you would like to come see this International 4786 or my John Deere 8850 and a bunch of cool vintage tractors, there should be a 6030 here on Saturday. Thinking on narrow front 1206. Probably some Molines and Fords and John Deeres. A lot of Farmals. Hopefully an Alice Chalmers or two or a Case. Oliver. Just they'll all be out here plowing. I'm just getting the field ready for them. And it'll be a great time. It's on Long Pond Road in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'll put the address of the plow day in the comment area or the description area of this video when I get home. All right, we're just gonna make a beeline here now for the tractors. There's also a 9620 RX parked up here on a wishing disc, which is kind of cool. We've probably got about 2 minutes before we reach the tractors. Yes, Brian's Farming Videos, another cool channel. I did see that he got the gleaner there. I tell you what, I film a lot of combines. I film every brand, and I don't really pick any favorites. But I'm going to tell you what, a gleaner combine gets the cleanest sample. It's got the lightest weight, so it's not going to put a lot of compaction out there in a muddy condition. Gleaner makes a good combine. I'm going to slow it down here. There's some, this was a bedded field and it's still a little rough underneath. We want to just kind of get all the stubble and the weeds off the surface so the antique plows don't plug up. All right, I see the tractors over here that we're doing the disking, so hopefully we'll have a little bit of light left and you can see them. Appreciate everybody watching. This is definitely my longest live stream and probably closing in on the longest video I've ever published on the channel. These tractors will definitely need a drink of diesel the next time they run. They've covered a lot of ground, but it's good to exercise them because they only get used about once a year. All right, let's throttle it down here. Well, there's the 8850, and I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this around because they're going to bring the fuel truck in here next time we run them, and that way I'm not that way everything's lined up and not in the way. The International's fuel tank is right back there, and the John Deere's fuel tank's on the other side of the tractor. So I'm just gonna kind of nose them right up here together. So if you've watched here all the way through or just joining in, it's been 78 minutes. But here's the fun part of taking it out of gear here. I don't think you can see that. Should be in neutral now. I'm gonna just let that cool down a little bit before I turn it off. All right, so you got a door here, and the nice thing about an International is you got a door right there. And I'll tell you what, we'll get out this door. I know I'm going to get a comment that this was the worst camera quality ever. I apologize. So there's the V8 engine. It's got a great sound. And I'm going to walk out here. If you haven't liked the camera quality on this video, there's 2,000 more on the channel to look at that are far better. But there's the International there as the sun goes down. And here's the 8850. So the 8850 is on a sunflower disc. We've got a 9620 RX on a Wishing disc over here. it's kind of cool getting a chance to. This is the biggest tractor John Deere built between 1982 and 1988. And that was John Deere's biggest tractor from 2016 up till 2021. Now they're going to 640. But you can get a look at John Deere's two big tractors from the 80s and the 2000s. So this tractor will be at the plow day with a disc, and hopefully I'll be running this one. And I've had a lot of seat time this evening on the 4786 with the roller harrow. So I appreciate everybody watching and checking out Big Tractor Power. It's an honor to have so many tractor fans that enjoy the same thing. Here you can see it's getting really dark, but that's your the rollers here are smashing it down. I've got tines, I'm not using them today, but those would help fracture it more if we were putting hay or oats or peas in. Then we've got the packers back here, and it's a 30-foot wide model. And there you can see two very cool, in my opinion, V8 tractors from the 1980s. So I appreciate everyone watching. I'm going to sign off and shut the tractor off. And again, Saturday, October 2nd is the Western Kentucky Antique Plow Association Plow Day out here in this field. And it's on Long Pond Road in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'll put the address and details of the show in the description area of this video. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way this way, let me know that you watched all 81 minutes of it. Or if you have a favorite tractor you want to tell me about, tell me where you live in the world. I appreciate everyone that tunes in. As always, thank you for watching.